Infidelity. The word itself tastes like ash in your mouth. You try to swallow it, this bitter pill of betrayal, and it just lodges there, choking you. Worse than the choke, though, is the slow suffocation of living a lie, waking up in a life that's become a stranger to you. That was me, Michael, spitting out the poison and finally grabbing the reins of my own damn story again. It started subtly, a faint tremor in the foundation of our marriage. Jessica. My wife. The thought first flickered like a faulty bulb in my brain. She couldn't. Impossible. Jessica. Never. But the flicker became a strobe, blinding me with suspicion. It wasn't just a feeling anymore. It was a cold certainty creeping under my skin. No smoking gun. Not yet. Just a trail of breadcrumbs, escalating behavioral shifts that screamed louder than any accusation. Suddenly, her job demanded more travel. Out-of-state conferences, week-long seminars, a sudden obsession with networking in cities thousands of miles away. Then came the space talk. Space. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in the West Village. Space was already at a premium, but she meant emotional space, geographical space, the kind of space you put between yourself and someone you're actively distancing from. And always, the phone. It became an extension of her hand, surgically attached, never leaving her sight. Even in the bathroom it was there, clutched like a lifeline. The late-night walks started next. Said she was calling her mom, needing to vent. But these weren't quick strolls around the block anymore. These were expeditions, hours-long disappearances into the New York night, stretching twice, 3 times longer than her usual chats with her mother. And then, the detail that felt like a deliberate slap in the face, the casual cruelty of it all. Her vibrator, packed for this work trip, nestled amongst her business casual blouses, she who claimed she never used those things alone. The lies piled up, each one a brick in the wall she was building between us. The real gut punch, the moment the floor dropped out from under me, was the iPad. Left at home. Unusual, but okay. Maybe she forgot. Except hours later, while she was supposedly in some airport lounge on the other side of the country, a notification popped up on my own phone. Your iPad has been remotely reset. Remotely reset. From the airport. Like she didn't realize iCloud keeps timestamps. Like she thought I was a complete moron. Why remotely wipe an iPad from an airport unless you are scrambling to erase something, messages, photos, evidence, before someone, namely me, could stumble upon it? Typing this out now, in the sterile glow of my laptop screen in my lonely apartment, I feel like a goddamn paranoid lunatic. Insecure freak. Words she'd probably use if she knew I was even thinking these things. But deep down, a cold, hard knot of certainty tightened in my stomach. I wasn't crazy. Never been insecure in my life, especially not with us. Until now. Until this creeping, insidious feeling took root and blossomed into full-blown suspicion. It had all culminated, this avalanche of red flags, into one terrifying, undeniable truth. She was cheating. Absolutely, unequivocally cheating on me. And the life I thought I knew, the marriage I believed in, was crumbling into dust. Update time. You guys are incredible. Seriously, didn't expect this to blow up. Thanks for all the support, every single comment, every message. makes this throwaway account feel less throwaway. Guess misery loves company, or maybe just people love a good train wreck in slow motion. Either way, I'll keep updating. And to answer the phone record question that keeps popping up, company phone, brick wall, separate accounts, different networks, no access. Tried, believe me. But honestly, who needs phone records when you've got a duck staring you in the face, quacking its head off? If it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, you know the rest. My gut was screaming duck. Our instincts are powerful things, primal warnings flashing in our brains. We need to listen to them more, trust that inner voice that whispers, something's wrong. We know instinctively when the air shifts, when the balance tips. I just wish I'd had the goddamn balls to confront her sooner, rip off the Band-Aid instead of letting the wound fester. So much wasted time, wasted energy on someone who was clearly already halfway out the door. Big update. Receipts. Glorious, damning receipts. Private investigator. Best $1,000 I ever spent. Pictures. Not grainy, blurry snapshots, but crystal clear, high-definition photos. Jessica, stepping out of a yellow cab in front of some generic midtown hotel, hand in fucking hand with some Ken doll-looking dude I'd never seen before. Smiling, laughing, like they were on a goddamn date in Central Park, not sneaking into a hotel room like guilty teenagers. More photos followed, time-stamped, zoomed in, them checking in, her leaning into him at the front desk, the bellhop wheeling their luggage, towards the elevator. The final shot, the one that made my blood run cold, was them disappearing into a room number clearly visible. 1408. Rage. Pure, unadulterated, white-hot rage. It surged through me, a tidal wave threatening to drown everything in its path. Should I have waited? Played it cool? Gathered more evidence? Maybe. But in that moment, logic went out the window. All I could see was the image of her hand in his, the casual intimacy, the betrayal etched in every pixel. My fingers flew across the keyboard, fueled by fury. A text message, short, brutal, delivered like a punch to the gut. I know everything. Hope you're having a good time. It's over. Attached one of the photos, the hand-holding one. Let her stew in that. Felt good, cathartic, like finally exhaling after holding my breath for weeks. Oh, and bonus points for timing. Today was her birthday. Happy fucking birthday, Jessica. Hope I ruined it. Hope it tasted like ash in her mouth. Coward. No response, not immediately. Probably too busy enjoying her work trip and her friend. But she was stuck out there for another week. Gave me time. Time to breathe. Time to think. Time to start putting the pieces of my shattered life back together. Closure. Yeah, in a twisted way, I got closure and confirmation. Confirmation that I wasn't crazy, wasn't paranoid, wasn't imagining things. My instincts were right, and I deserved so much better than this gaslighting, cheating, soulless word. Update. She responded, hours later. A single text, dripping with fake innocence. What is this? Seriously? The audacity. The sheer unmitigated gall. Gaslighting level, expert. Narcissism level, off the charts. This woman was unbelievable, Another update, folks. Seriously, thank you. The outpouring of support is insane, in the best way possible. Positive messages flooding my inbox, each one a tiny buoy in this ocean of crap. Means the world, truly. Told my family. Mom cried. Dad just went quiet and started researching divorce lawyers online. Supportive, both of them, in their own ways. Friends, too. Group texts blowing up, offers to come over, bring beer, watch sports, anything to distract me. She tried to call, multiple times, let it go to voicemail. Then texted, "We need to talk." Ignored that too, for hours. Finally texted back, "Tomorrow, my lawyer will be in touch." Taking the high road. Trying to, anyway. Harder than it sounds when you want to scream and throw things and burn every photo of her you own. But deep breaths. World needs more love, not more hate, right? Even for cheating, lying, gaslighting ex-wives. Barely ex-wife, technically, but mentally, emotionally, she was already gone. Lawyers hired. Sharp, no-nonsense woman named Ms. Stern. Fitting. Credit cards frozen. Accounts locked down. Making sure she can't bleed me dry on her way out. Trying for amicable. Ms. Stern says it's always better. Hoping for amicable. But prepared for war. Fingers crossed, community. Fingers crossed. Live from the internet. Psychic, apparently. Commented, "Be prepared for the 'it didn't mean anything, we can work it out. You weren't paying attention to me' speech." Dead on. Hilarious, and also deeply depressing, that cheaters all seem to run from the same playbook. How could I ever believe another word that came out of her mouth? After this. After everything. Moving on. That's the only direction now. Bigger and better, like Liv said. Live again, bless her internet soul. Move on to bigger and better. Divorce talk, separation talk. Nail in the coffin. Grieve, support. Move on. Exactly. Feels like a weight lifted, actually. Like a physical burden I didn't even realize I was carrying, just gone. Feel nothing for her now. Empty. Numb. Maybe a little bit of pity? Yeah, pity. For her, for herself, for the mess she's made. Divorce sucks, no doubt. Paperwork, lawyers, splitting assets, the whole messy, soul-crushing process. But staying with someone as heinous as she is, unthinkable. I'm free. Finally, truly free. Zeb chimes in, dropping truth bombs. Be ready to be lied to, manipulated, and gaslighted all the way through. She will tell you all kinds of things. It didn't mean anything. It meant everything. I love you. You love me too much. Needed to screw another dude. We had problems. You weren't paying attention. Reading Zeb's comment felt like he was inside my head, narrating the conversations I knew were coming. You weren't paying attention to me. No, the correct thing is you weren't paying attention to me. All of it was for your screw boy. You don't know what I was going through. Of course I don't. You didn't tell me. Asked, and you said all was good. Mistake. Mistake is ordering decaf by accident. This was a series of decisions. You made your choices. Now own them. Don't do this. I didn't do anything. You did. You chose to do all you wanted. Now I choose to protect myself. Don't you trust me? Hell no. If you told me it was raining and I was standing outside soaking wet, I'd still look up to confirm. What will we do? We won't do anything. I will react to your choices. I'm sorry. Yeah, you were sorry you got caught. Not sorry until now. You don't understand. You're absolutely correct. I have never cheated. So how can I understand what F-it up thing is going through your mind? I'll do anything. Please don't do this. Can't trust you. You betrayed me on levels you can't grasp. Zeb kept going. A torrent of hard-won wisdom, practical advice for navigating the wreckage. STD tests, paternity tests, lawyers, finances, storage units, recording conversations, therapy, friends, family, hobbies. This is not the end of the book. This is the end of a chapter. You will come out better and stronger. You will be okay. Blah, 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 Zeb joked at the end about the predictable cheetah script. They want to talk because they're guilty or deny and blame you for her choices. Honestly, there's really nothing you need to hear from her lying, cheating lips. Save your energy and let her talk to your lawyer. Solid gold advice. Zeb, you're a godsend. Update. We talked, face to face, in my apartment. Felt like a goddamn hostage negotiation. She actually, with a straight face, tried to argue that the photographic evidence, the hand-holding, the hotel room, the whole sordid tableau, didn't prove anything. Apparently, Kendall was just a friend, a listening ear, someone who understood her because I was supposedly not doing that, not listening, not understanding. The level of delusion was breathtaking. I just stared at her, speechless for a moment. Then I laughed. A short, sharp, humorless bark of disbelief. Told her I didn't believe a word, obviously, and that it was irrelevant anyway. Pointless to argue semantics when the house was already burning down. Then came the guilt trip. She started in on how it wasn't fair for me to tell my friends and family she was having an affair. Damage control already. Protecting her precious reputation. Didn't really engage. Just said I had no intention of slandering her to her family. Pointless drama. But my friends, my family, they deserved to know why their friend, their son, was suddenly getting divorced. She huffed, crossed her arms. Another performance. But then, surprisingly, she agreed to pretty much all the proposed terms of separation Ms. Stern had laid out. No fight over the apartment, no alimony demands, just resignation. Then she dropped another bombshell, almost as an afterthought. Oh, by the way, she'd already leased an apartment in the new city. Started next month. Leased an apartment. Before we'd even officially separated. Another telltale sign, another layer of duplicity. Like she'd been planning this for weeks, months, lining up her escape route, while I was still blissfully, stupidly trusting her. The only real point of contention? The dog. Brooklyn, our French bulldog. Suddenly, she wanted Brooklyn. He's my baby, Michael. You know that. Yeah, he was our baby, Jessica. But suddenly he was just leverage. Hopefully, Ms. Stern could mediate that quickly. Dog custody battles in New York City were notoriously brutal. It had been a whirlwind few days. Chaos, anger, sadness, disbelief, all swirling together in a toxic cocktail. But underneath it all, a flicker of something else. Hope? Relief. Yeah, maybe both. Looking forward to having all of this behind me. Hotel rooms, friends, lies, and Jessica, all fading into the rearview mirror. Her going up to a hotel room with a random guy doesn't prove anything. Did she actually say that? In New York City, a city overflowing with restaurants, cafes, parks, museums, you name it, why the hell would you meet a friend in a generic midtown hotel room? Why not meet at a Starbucks? Why not grab lunch in Bryant Park? Why a freaking hotel room, Jessica? The absurdity of it all was almost comical. NTGM 1384 chimed in with some legal wisdom. Too many people believe that to prove adultery, it must be beyond any reasonable doubt. That is for criminal cases. Divorce is a civil case. It is considered proven by a preponderance of evidence, i.e., they walked hand in hand to the hotel and spent the night, and the next morning left. Hello? Any reasonable person concludes. Exactly. Preponderance of evidence, hand in hand, hotel, overnight, case closed. NTGM 1384 finished with a zinger. He is so lucky his wayward wife isn't too bright. Harsh, but maybe true. Delusional, at least. Dreaming of Elle jumped in with some righteous anger. After you divorce, please expose her. She's in a bubble right now, no consequences. She needs to feel it. Affairs aren't fairy tales, they're nightmares. Wake her up, please. Tempting. So damn tempting. The urge to unleash hell, to expose her to everyone, to watch her perfect little world crumble, was almost overwhelming. Dreaming of Elle continued. Honestly, I think you're being kind by not exposing her to friends and family. The moment this divorce gets hairy, which it will, she won't waste 1 second outrunning your name through the dirt. Point taken. Maybe kindness was wasted on someone like Jessica. Maybe scorched earth was the only language she understood. Something to consider. Update. I have to say it. I feel amazing. Seriously amazing. Like a massive weight has been physically lifted off my shoulders. Knowing I'm getting out, finally escaping this toxic, suffocating relationship, is like breathing fresh air for the first time in years. Still a lot of crap to wade through. Selling the apartment, dividing assets, the endless legal paperwork. But the terms of separation are almost finalized. Ms. Stern is a goddamn shark, and in a few days, Jessica will be gone. Gone to the other side of the country. Gone from my life. I know everyone says this, but it's true for me too. My biggest regret is that I didn't do this sooner. Stayed way longer than I should have. Tolerated way more than I deserved. Suffered through a dead bedroom for years, convincing myself it was just normal, just how marriage is after a while. Lies I told myself to avoid the truth, to avoid the pain of admitting failure, to avoid the fear of being alone. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And get this. Universe has a weird sense of humor. I even started talking to someone. Casual, nothing serious. Way too soon for that. But someone. Met her at a dog park in Riverside Park, ironically. She's a vet tech, loves animals, funny, smart, and completely, utterly understanding about the whole Jessica disaster. And here's the kicker. She's actually making me realize just how wrong Jessica was for me in general, like fundamentally incompatible compared to someone else out there. Don't know if it'll go anywhere. Probably won't. Way, way too soon. But right now, it's refreshing. It's hopeful. makes me excited, for the first time in a long time, for what's to come. Learned from my mistakes. Know myself better now. Know what I want, what I deserve, what I will absolutely, unequivocally, never compromise on again. I'm free, happy, and eager to finally, truly live my own damn life. Final update. It's been over a month since the photos, since the confrontation, since I called it quits. No regrets. Zero. Zip. Nada. And I feel happier. Happier than I've been in years. Reflecting back, I realized just how deeply the perception of being in a relationship, the fear of judgment, the societal pressure to make it work, contributed to my own unhappiness. Stayed way longer than I should have, trapped in a gilded cage of my own making. Suffered in silence, convinced that unhappiness was just the price of admission to adulthood. My only regret now, echoing it again because it's the damn truth, is that I didn't leave sooner. Didn't trust my gut. Didn't value my own happiness enough to walk away from something that was clearly, demonstrably dead. Now I want to reach out to everyone out there struggling with the same decision. Staying or leaving marriages that are slowly, silently, killing them from the inside out. My heart breaks for them, for the years wasted, the joy stolen, the potential happiness sacrificed at the altar of should. In my experience, the fear of leaving was 1,000 times worse than the reality of leaving. The unknown is scary, yeah, but the known misery, that's a slow, agonizing death. So, if you're out there, trapped in a relationship that drains you, diminishes you, betrays you, take a step back. Really, truly reflect. What's in your best interest? Not your parents, not your friends, not society's, not even your spouse's. Yours. Everyone deserves to live a happy life. It's not a luxury. It's a fundamental human right. It's a tough pill to swallow. Infidelity, betrayal, divorce, all of it. But swallow it. Spit it out. Breathe again. And start living. For yourself. I hope you don't let anyone else waste your time like Jessica did mine. I really hope you start living life for you, moving forward, doing things that make you happy, living your life, and not playing the goddamn supporting role in your own damn story. We are in charge of ourselves. Only we can make ourselves happy. We can't find happiness in someone else. Not truly, not sustainably. Have you ever stayed way too long in a relationship? Share your experiences in the comments below. And thank you for joining Unbetrayed and Broken. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And while you're at it, please let us know what you thought of today's content. Until next time.